we are not here today to debate the merits of rail or pipeline transportation or their current and proposed regulation. Those are important issues, but today we have a scientific focus, the characteristics and behavior of Bakken petroleum.
We really don't know. We need more scientific analysis. But the best way to transport all these things would be by pipeline. And this administration has blocked pipeline production.
From a pure public safety standpoint, is it better to ship this stuff by rail or by pipeline?
We would think that in a pipeline situation, and you may probably know that the pipeline industry has a 99.9% safety rating. Were you aware of that? We can come back full circle and say that a pipeline is a safer way of moving that than a train.
The question, Congressman, the question you asked is if a vehicle carrying gasoline is riskier than a train. That was the question.
So you can compare those two risks. And now you would also have to say that a pipeline with a 99.9% safety rating would be safer than a train.
I mean, with your knowledge of transportation and quality issues related to the Bakken, I mean, what's safer from a public safety standpoint? Is it better to transport this stuff by rail, or is it more safe to have it in a pipeline?
Making sure we had the production from the pipeline in Alaska, and let's just note, by the way, we should all consider what our economy would have been like in the last 20 years had we not fought through the Alaskan pipeline, because the Alaskan pipeline only won by one vote in the United States Congress. And had we not had that oil, what would have our economy been like during these last 30 years when the dependency on Gulf oil, meaning Persian Gulf oil, was sucking the life out of our system? It seems to me when you have all these other resources for energy, and that's what you're facing, we should be thanking God that we found oil and gas in North Dakota, of all places. Again, we should be thanking God rather than sending out an army of regulators to try to find, and using a microscope to find out any excuse to put a roadblock in the way and try to stop this wonderful gift that we have. Is we can see that this administration honestly believes in the global warming theory, and thus it really wants to stamp out the use of fossil fuels. And that would mean, and that's why we have the excuse of no pipeline, the Keystone Pipeline, after all of this time not being approved. Well, we're paying a price. We're paying a price for that, and our ordinary people in this country, like the people in North Dakota in particular, but the ordinary people who live in this country are going to pay a price for not having this wealth that God gave us as a gift.